have you guys heard of Jetlag the game? For those of you unfortunately unaware, Jetlag is a YouTube game show where contestants compete in multiple different games designed around the use of public transit, like planes, trains, and automobiles, to travel around different regions and even the world to complete objectives. These games range from tag to hide and seek to Connect 4 to region domination. I'm not sure what to call that category. It's also the inspiration for my next game, Transit Tag. The idea for Transit Tag really started in my discrete math class, when we talked about Dijkstra's algorithm. Dijkstra's algorithm is a way to solve single-source shortest path problems. For those not in algorithms, it's a way to find the optimal solution to get from point A to point B on a weighted graph. For example, depending on the weight of a graph, using multiple edges might be better than using the least number of edges. The example we used in class to demonstrate the concept was essentially Google Maps. And because I was watching a lot of Jetlag, I immediately thought of series like Tag Across Europe. Each seeker is looking for the optimal path to cut off and catch the runner. So they could create a directed graph of each train station. Instead of using the distance between the stations, they could use the transit time to find the route that takes the least amount of time, aka the fastest route. Wait, why don't I just do that and turn it into a game? The key to understanding Jetlag Tag is that there are two key features that drive the gameplay: challenges and power-ups. Runners use a fake currency to pay for their train routes. In order to get more money, they need to complete challenges. Challenges force the runner to slow down and give the seekers time to catch up and tag the runner. As such, there is a tension for the runner to choose when to do challenges and how many to do, without losing track of how close the seekers might be. The runner's main tool against the seekers are power-ups, which give them special buffs that either speed up the runner or slow down the seeker. As such, my game needed to have both. Challenges were the bulk of the game development, and they were really fun to create. Each challenge is a minigame, which means I could take inspiration and use things from my 5 years of game development. Man, time sure does fly. A few of those challenges were based off of Game Jam games, like Small Town Kaiju and Burst, which I worked on during college. Some were other programming projects, like Song Clash and Pickle Sanctuary. Some are based off of different card games I've played, like Hanafuda, and the stupid volleyball card game from Top Gun Strategy Game, which I just had to include. These challenges allowed me to reuse some code and ideas, which was nice, but also to learn how to copy and emulate different games and projects, which I think is quite a useful skill. My old robotics mentor used to say, steal from the best and design the rest, and that kind of sums up this game's entire design process. This has both positives and negatives. A negative was creating the train scheduler. To make things easy, I used the Ticket to Ride map as a base with a few tweaks to create the route layouts. After all, that game already uses trains, so surely the game designers made the map perfect for my purposes. Unfortunately, with this came no real-life data on how a train network across the US works. I could use Amtrak, but Amtrak only serves certain portions of the country that don't connect, and you'd only have like one train per city per day, which really takes all the fun out of the game. My solution was to employ a bunch of hackery regarding distances, and I think it works well enough, though I probably should have used somewhere with a established train model like Europe as a base instead. Once I had train routes and challenges, the rest of the game involved putting those two together to make the gameplay as fun as possible. What monetary reward should each challenge give out, and how does that relate to the time it takes to complete the challenge? Or how hard the challenge is to complete in the first place? What power-ups should I implement, and how much should the cost be to avoid making the game too easy or simply impossible? This is the first time I've ever worked on balancing a game with this many elements. The Froth power-ups basically give out score values with zero rhyme or reason, and getting them to a point I think is reasonable took quite a bit of testing, and I may have overbalanced some things. And finally, during the development of this game, I got more involved with the game dev organization at my university. It was great to work on the game while seeing cool projects others were working on, and showing up every week gave me the motivation to actually finish this, so thanks. Turns out other people are pretty cool, who would have thought. I don't really know how to make a devlog, or in this case a dev recap, so I hope this wasn't too negative. I just wanted to say that the game's not flawless. But I'm still overall very happy with how this game turns out, and I'm sure my next project will be even better. That's what learning is all about, and I think I've learned a lot through this. The game is out now on Steam, and the link's in the description. If you want to purchase it, thank you! If you don't, then purchase Ultimate Froth Chaos instead. Whatever you do, just give me your money.